Okay. So today, yesterday we go through the theory part of Terraform. So today we will implement. We do one lab using Terraform. So what are the things that we need to do? We will set up the configuration files, Terraform configuration files in our local machine. Okay, local machine. Then what will we do? We we need to install. Some prerequisites are there. Okay, before starting Terraform. That is, we need to install Terraform in our machine. Then install what the next tool name is. Anyone can to interact with the AWS account. AWS CLI, right? AWS CLI. This is a command line tool that we need to install in our local machine to access our AWS account. Okay, using secret key and access key. So ensure that these two things we need to install in a local machine. Then we can create the Terraform files like main.tf or provider.tf. Then what will happen? We push these files to cloud provider, AWS. So it will execute, running in there and creating or building that resources we mentioned or we specified in the uh, files. Okay, these Terraform files that will execute in AWS account. So it will create infrastructure automatically. So I will show you. Okay, I'm doing this lab using Visual Studio Code. Okay, Visual. So first we need to install Visual Studio Code in your machine. So this is from scratch. Okay, how to configure Terraform. So I think Terraform. I install Terraform in here. Yes, in this case I install Terraform. See, so if I didn't install, then what will you need to do? Go to Terraform. Terraform Windows installation, then go to this is the official documentation. Okay, so here we can download option. So we need to choose the corresponding environment. Okay, see like Windows, Linux, Mac. So we can go with the Windows. Click download. So then one thing we need to do, like we need to set up the environment variable, okay, within the system. For example, I'll show you. See, this is the downloaded file, okay, the Terraform. I downloaded from here, like using this link. So it will download. So it's a zip file actually, okay. So this is a zip file. So what we need to do, open that file. So here we can see that Terraform executable file that this is exe. This is a exe file and with the license. Okay. So we need to uh, extract this file. Okay. Or copy this one. And we need to create a folder like this. See, now I created a folder like Terraform. Then open that and paste both file here. Okay. Then we need to copy the path of that file. Okay. That newly created Terraform folder. That folder include the Terraform executable file. Okay. We need to ensure that. And copy the path. So this is the path. Then we need to go to the variables, environment variables, edit system variables. So this is a system property. Then go to environment variable. So here we can see user variable and system variable. Okay, so go to the system variable path. So click on that and edit. So here you can see I already pasted that Terraform folder here. This is the one. So but the same from I mean copying from the Terraform property path and click new here and paste it here like this. So this not this one. I mean we need to provide that folder name as well. Okay. So the folder name is Terraform. Uh, That's all. And okay, click OK. So after that we can work with the Terraform. Okay. Otherwise the Terraform will face some issues like that not recognizable the Terraform actually from here. Okay. When we type in Terraform version. Now it seems like this. After that, you need to close that window. Sorry, close this editor. Okay. Then open it again and type Terraform version. It will work. Anyone want to see how to set up? If yes, I will remove this and show you, all of you.
Sir, can you repeat again?
Okay, I will show you. Okay, I will
Sure.
remove that. I'm deleting that folder. See, now we're facing error. Okay, got it. Because Terraform, we download Terraform, but we didn't configure Terraform. So we need to configure. Like first, we need to download from here. Yes, it's downloaded. So go to the download folder, and this is a zip file. Okay, so open it. So copy both. Go back, create a folder here or anywhere, and name it like Terraform. Open it and paste both file. Okay. Now what we need to do? We need to copy the path of this folder. That folder includes that exe file. Okay, of Terraform. Copy, then go to environment variables. Here we can see environment variables. Click on that. Go to system variables. Select path. Edit. New. Paste the path that we copied. Okay. And here we need to mention the Terraform as well. Terraform. That's fine. Okay. 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 So again, I'm going to here and type the version. See, so this is the configuration of, I mean, set up the environment variable and everything for Terraform. Okay. So the next thing is we need to install AWS CLI, AWS config. Yes, I already installed AWS configuration. Okay. So for AWS configuration, we need to install the AWS CLI from where we can go to type AWS CLI. Okay. AWS CLI install for Windows. So here we can see install or upgrade latest version. So click on that and scroll down. See that we need to select corresponding machine. So in this case, we need to install AWS CLI on Windows machine. On that, and here we can see download and run the AWS CLI MSI installer. So we need to install the MSI. Okay, so click on that. In this case, I already installed. That's why I can connect with my AWS. Okay, so I just remove. So this is the installed version. You just uninstall and show you how to install from scratch. Hope it is uninstalled. Okay, so I will check again. Type AWS configure. So if you face any error, then we can say that AWS CLI is not configured. See, it is not installed in this machine. So what we need to do, we need to install. Okay, we already downloaded that package. So go to downloads. So this is the downloaded file. So just run it. Okay. For AWS CLI, we didn't configure anything. Just install this setup window. Type install. So this will be fine. Yes. So it's completed the AWS CLI installation. So we can say we perform both. I mean, we installed that Terraform in our local machine and configured the environment variables and other system variables. Then successfully installed AWS CLI. So the prerequisites are completed. Okay. So now we need to log in to AWS account using AWS CLI. So just to go there and type AWS configure. See, now it's taken, right? Yes. So what we need to do, just go to AWS account. We need a user credential to access our AWS account using AWS CLI. So go to IAM. And here we can see the under services type in here. This is access management service. So here we created users, roles, permission, groups, everything. So we need to create a user. Okay. So go to user. Yes, here I can see one user as active service. Yeah, the Terraform user. I already created a user. So if in your case you need to create one user from scratch, so click user and the name of the user like test Terraform and provide user access to the AWS management console. This is optional. Okay. This is actually we need to ensure that specified. So for example, we are creating a user. Okay. So this users, if you tick here, then that means that user can able to log in this console. Okay. Otherwise, that person or that user only work with the command line. So I didn't tick on that because this person only need to work with the command line. Click next. And we need to provide some permission to that user. Okay. So user group add here we can see attach policies directly. Click on that. And I am providing only the administrative access. Okay. So click next, create user. So the user creation is completed. The test user, click on that. So we need to create a credential for that user. Okay. So go to security credentials. Here we can see access key. So we need to create a access key for the user. Command line others. Click on others. Next, create access key. So here we can see the access key and secret key is created. So using this both we need to access from the local machine to this AWS account, okay, via AWS CLI. So best practice is we need to download this credential. Here we can see a CSV file. Just click download. It will, we can save it on our local machine, okay? Because when we click done, this goes. So I am just copying the access key, then go to this Visual Studio Code and type AWS CLI. This is the command to configure username and password, everything. Click enter. So that will ask him for provide the AWS access key ID. So we need to copy from here and paste it here. Tender. Then it will ask for secret key. So come here and this is a secret key. Copy and paste here. Then the region, which region that we are going to work or going to create some resource or anything. So in my case, it's North Virginia, US East 1. So I'm providing US East 1. So
So where did you check the
I
region?
mean, region, yeah. See,
So the top.
go to EC2.
Oh,
Which region that we are working. Okay. So in this case, so this is the
okay,
region.
on top.
Virginia,
Okay, okay, sir.
US East 1. And this is a a default output format. Okay, we can type JSON or which the result will display. Okay, we can go with the default one. So we can so now it's fine. Uh, Now we connected actually with the AWS account. So the next thing is we need to set up the Terraform configuration file for, in this case, I will show you how to create a virtual machine using Terraform. Okay. So there is no machine running here. Yes, there is no one. So we need to configure. So before that, best practice is just to go to the Windows and create a folder. Okay. Like VM. That's fine. Hit enter. So then coming to the Visual Studio Code and go to files. So open folder. This is the best practice because when we have multiple projects, we can keep different application. I mean, with different configuration file like Terraform configuration file in different folder. So that is good. So here we can see two folder there. Okay, one is for the AI and one is for VM. So just click on VM because this folder contains our VM configuration details. Okay, but in this case, only the folder only. We need to create that configuration file. So here this is a folder and we need to create Terraform config file. Okay, so click new file here. So click on that. And first we need to provide or we need to create that provider file. Okay, we need to uh, like um do the Terraform. Okay, we ask to Terraform that we have a cloud provider that is AWS. So we need to provide that details using provider.tf, which provider that we are going to use. Okay, provider.tf. So click enter. So this will open a configuration file. So we need to provide that which provider that we are going to use. So like AWS or Azure or GCP. Okay. So in this case, we are using AWS. So go to Terraform, Terraform AWS provider. We can take official um, file from this Terraform document. Okay. So see, this is AWS provider, and we can use provider. Click drop down that, and here we can see this is the configuration file. Copy and paste in this file. Okay, paste. Fine. So after that, we need to save this file. Okay, otherwise it's not taking when we running Terraform commands. So save. Then what we need to do? Open terminal and verify. Okay, like see, now we are in the working directory. Okay, the working directory is this is a working directory. Okay, that desktop VM means the folder where we keeping the Terraform configuration file. If we are not in the VM, see, if for example if we are in the desktop, then we're typing the Terraform command, then it won't work because the Terraform looking for the configuration file within the same directory. So I'm starting with the Terraform lifecycle commands. Okay, Terraform init, plan, apply, like that. So this will initiate the uh, connection between the cloud provider and the local machine and downloading the necessary package using the terraform.pdf file we provided. So hit enter. It will take a little time. Yes. See, it's initialized successfully. Terraform has been successfully initiated. So now we can go with the Terraform plan and write up the next file. Then we can go with the plan and apply. So the first file is working fine. Everything seems good.
It just like Git init, like you had said yesterday,
Right.
Terraform init, and
Yes,
then but it it doesn't. It can give you error like if Git init says, oh, the Git is already initiated, right? So it get
yes,
confused. Does that happen with Terraform? Like
yes. For example, that configuration. What are things? For example, here we provide a lot of things like the provider thing, the source, everything. So if any mismatch there, then we face some error. This is not initiated successfully. You got it. For
yeah,
example,
so this basically tells AWS that go use the HashiCorp slash AWS version
right,
5.73.0,
right.
and then why is there a separate provider AWS configuration options?
Yes. See, after that, Terraform has created a log dot Terraform dot log HCL to record this provider. So here you can see it's automatically create a file. So this is the thing that Terraform actually. This is a hash actually, as such a yes signed to one. So next thing is we need to create a main.tf. So click on files again. So we are going to create another file. Okay. So we created a folder. You can see when you go to the folder, you can see that desktop. We only created the folder. Okay. So in this case, we can see the Terraform configuration file here. See. Now we are going to create another file. That file define the virtual machine creation. Okay. So main.tf. So open the main.tf. So coming to the main.tf or where we defining our resources. Okay. So there is some keywords are there. Okay. So it's starting with the resource. Which resource we are going to create. So we need to type starting from resource. After resource, we need to mention the resource type, then the resource name. That's a format actually. Resource, the resource type, resource name. For example, we need to create a virtual machine. Okay. So the resource is our virtual machine. And I mean, the type is the virtual machine, then the name of the virtual machine. Okay. So if it is for S3, then the resource type is S3 and name of the S3. That's the format. So AWS instance, then that name. You can like VM1 tender. Then we need to provide that AMI, AMI, I mean the image that we are going to use for this specific machine. So we need to provide that. AMI, then equal to, we need to, first we need to go to the AWS account and go to the region because each region have different types of images. So we need to ensure that that corresponding image in this region. Okay. So first we need to verify just to go to launch one machine. Don't launch one, just select one. So I'm going with Amazon Linux. So here we can see the MI. So copy the MI. and paste here. Then we need to provide the instance type. Okay. Instance
Sir,
type.
so
Yes. Yeah, come again.
every time we need to choose the image from there, like in Linux machine, or we can choose depending upon Ubuntu or whatever. I mean, different options we have there, right?
Yes.
So we can choose any one.
As per the requirement.
Okay.
So here we can go with the T2. We need to check. Okay. Is that T2 is available? T2 micro. That's available. We can go with the T2 micro. T2 dot micro. Then we provided the AMI and instance type is T2 micro. So what are the things that we do manually, okay, when we configuring a machine? So all things we need to provide here, okay. Then the security group. We need to mention the security group, which security group that this machine belongs. Security group IDs. So we can create new one, or else we need just to go to the dashboard of EC2, and here we can see a lot of security groups here. See, so we can click any, select anyone. Okay, like we can go with the latest one. So ensure that security groups have opened the port. See, it's open the port number 22 is fine. So copy the security group ID. Copy and paste here. Then same way we need to provide the subnet ID. Okay, which subnet that we are choosing for this machine. Subnet ID. So for that we need to go to a public subnet, or perhaps any subnet we need to choose. Okay, because I mean coming to this region. So go to VPC, because we need that subnet ID. Okay. So go to subnet. Test subnet. I'm going with this subnet. Okay. So copy the subnet ID. We need to open a curly actually. So open first curly there. So the second curly, tags. We can using tags for the machine. So the tags equal name. This should be the name of that EC2 machine. Okay. Name equal
VPC ID do we need to mention?
No, because we already mentioned that subnet, so it will take on.
Okay.
So this would be fine. We can try. Okay. So we need to save, and I will try. Okay. If you need it, if you face any issue, then we can troubleshoot. So using next lifecycle command like Terraform plan. So when we typing Terraform plan, the Terraform will listing this is the preview of the resources that we are going to deploy. If you need to proceed, then we can go with the Terraform apply. Sorry, the command. Four have some issues. See, on main.df line 4 in the source AWS. So this is the error. Security group ID. Think we need to put one bracket as well. Just type
Just
whatever
type.
changes. Yeah,
Uh,
whatever changes we made, we need to save. Okay.
okay, just type VPC before the security. VPC
VP,
underscore separate. Yeah. VPC underscore security underscore group.
we can try this one. After that, we can configure it.
Okay.
Right.
Is it giving you problem because of the indentation?
Right. Not expected.
Just VPC before the security.
VPC hyphen.
Yeah, that's fine. You can try.
Yes, it will take on. Right. So here we can see that configuration. What are things that we are going to do? Everything. Okay. So here we can see what are the requirement data that we inserted here. Only we provided AMI and AMI name we mentioned here. And
Right, that's my lunch. Yeah, non so vedete.
Then
No,
the
Sam,
sub,
se non so.
then the subnet we configure. I mean, we mention here this is subnet. Same way we provided that VPC security group. So it's planning for one resources that we can see here. Okay, that means are going to create a virtual machine. If we have more resources like two virtual machines on one IS3, then we can see all the details here. Okay, so we can go with the next command like Terraform apply. So we need to type this to further. So this is approving. Okay. See, the security group and the subnet belongs to different networks. So we need to change accordingly. Okay. So what we need to do, check that again, like this security group is belongs to same network or not. So go to EC2 dashboard, then security group. So here we can see the VPC. So first we need to ensure that the provided net subnet is belongs to which VPC. Okay, so go to VPC subnet. This is the subnet ID that we provided. So that belongs to the VPC Apple. Okay, so VPC 38 ending with the 38 that ID. VPC ID. Okay, just go to security groups once again. See, this is a security group we provide, right? So that is not related to the VPC. But that the second one, this is actually related to that Apple VPC, I think. Yes. So we can provide the second security group ID. Okay. So just to copy, go to the configuration and change it here. Fine. And we need to say okay, otherwise that won't take on. Then type it again. That plan. Then we can go with the thing. There's no issue. You can just go to EC2 and verify. Yes, it's created. Yeah, it's created. See, completed. Resource one added. Got it. So this way we deploying resources or our infrastructure using Terraform. All of you.
So this Terraform file that you ran, that created this instance, test
Yes.
server with this instance ID.
Yes. Yes.
How did you run this Terraform file?
Using Terraform commands. Terraform plan, init plan, apply.
Init
These
plan
are
apply. Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you write it properly, then you init.
Yes.
But when you plan, so you were copying, pasting stuff from the browser, right, into the It looks like a
Provider,
JSON
right?
file, right? Like the TF file. The
Provider
key value
TF, right?
there, right? AMI is equal to quote
Right,
unquote
right,
AMI
right, right,
some number,
right,
right?
right, right.
You copy pasted that all there, but you didn't use the Amazon's AWS CLI, right?
Yes.
When did you use that?
Actually, I will tell you. Okay. Perform the Terraform. Okay. From Terraform. This is our AWS account. Consider the AWS account. Okay. So we need to interact with our account. Okay. That interaction means we can deploy, uh, for example, the requirement is we need to deploy a virtual machine. So what are the ways, the possible way we can deploy a virtual machine in AWS? Can you? One is
You
we can,
usually go on to AWS console and you
yes,
deploy our.
this is a console, right? The UI console. So we need to log in using that. First, we need to provide the AWS account credential like username and password. Username and password. Then go to EC2 console, then create mission, right? That's the first method, okay. So the second method, we can perform the same using command lines, CLI. So where we initiate the CLI in our local machine. For that, what we need to do, we need to install AWS CLI here in this machine. Then
Can
we
you
need
show
to
the
type,
CLI window that you used? I somehow don't visually remember seeing it.
sorry, come again.
Can you show the AWS CLI window again? I don't visually remember seeing it. I might have jumbled it with.
Uh, Actually, we are not performing AWS CLI commands here. Okay, we only install AWS CLI, and what we need to do, we will authenticate with a user credential. So what do we need to do? We created a user here, Terraform user, and take that user. I mean, we need to we attach one policy for the user like admin privilege. So this user can do anything in this AWS account. Okay, then we need to take that user like credential, like access key and secret key. So what we need to do, we can use a command line and AWS command line tool in any of the machine. Then we can perform. I mean, we need to provide this user credential here when configuring AWS CLI. Then there is a connection between this local machine and the AWS account. Got it. Then what we need to do, we didn't do any AWS CLI commands here. We just go to Terraform. Okay. Because now the connection is established. Okay. So what will happen? The Terraforms knows there's a connection between from this mission and there. So we can go with the Terraform's configuration file. So after we push, when applying or planning that app, what will happen? When applying that main.tf file, pushing from this local machine to the cloud provider and creating the EC2 machine. EC2. Got it. Come on.
See, I mean, you were showing that it got created there, right? So, but somehow I missed that step where you. I mean, I saw you using Visual Studio, right?
Yes.
And you made the Terraform file. And I guess at the bottom of the Visual Studio, you have a terminal. So is that terminal like your simulated AWS CLI or? I mean,
Back
CLI will be a CLI, but I don't know. Is it the AWS CLI look different or is it is it part of your Visual Studio
it's a part
terminal?
of Visual Studio. Yes.
Oh, so you picked the type of terminal as PowerShell or How did it match? Like,
This is actually a
okay, so
partial
you decide
partial.
OneDrive desktop, you're inside that VM.
Yes, yes.
I think the tricky thing with cloud is like sometimes you get confused which computer you're using. I mean, for me, that happens.
Right, right, right.
There's so many machines.
Can I interrupt, Tawfiq?
Yes, please.
Tawfiq, sorry, Amol, for your question. See, we have downloaded the Terraform from the browser, Google browser. So, and we have created we set up the environment variable. So now we have to connect the connection between the AWS and the local machine. To create the connection between the AWS and local machine, there is a tool called AWS CLI. So what we have to do, we have to create a AWS CLI using the access key and security key. Once we upload the access key and security key, it will create the connection between the local key and security key. That's a simple.
But it still looks like your regular terminal on your machine.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
This is a separate VS Code, Visual Studio Code, which we use.
so
It's
there's
very
no
easy.
separate terminal that opens that says I'm AWS CLI connected to this machine.
Correct.
How does it map it to like the right machine in the cloud?
Yeah, that we use for AWS CLI, right? AWS CLI.
The mapping means
Like, how does it know which virtual machine it's going to in the cloud?
yes, that we already mentioned in the Terraform configuration, the AMI.
AMI,
Oh, okay.
This AMI means
we copied,
we
right?
use,
AMI ID.
yeah, that is creating a Amazon Linux server with the configuration of T2 Micro. And that belongs to, I mean, that attaching the security group, that existing security group we provided. And this machine belongs to subnet that we provided. And the naming of that server, test server. So that we can see here. Okay, see. When clicking, we can see the subnet and everything. Go to security group. See the security group you attach. See C9. C9. And subnet 272.
Till yesterday, we were creating EC2 manually. So from today,
Yes,
we're creating EC2 as the automation process.
272. Yes.
Tawfiq, I have a question now. For creation of VPC and security group and subnet, is there any automation or that is only manual part?
Tomorrow I will show you in their
Oh, okay.
VPC, from VPC to the virtual machine. Okay, we can deploy a
Okay.
application too within Terraform using Terraform.
Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Hey, Mahesh, can you repeat what you explained? Like, where you downloaded a tool called AWS CLI,
Correct.
Right,
and you
right.
gave the key.
First, I'll tell you from the beginning. So we downloaded the Terraform and we downloaded the AWS CLI. So what we did, we did the environment variable setup. So now what we have to do, from the local machine to AWS, there is a connection needed. What we do, we create a AWS CLI and we went there in AWS console, created a user role by taking the access key and security key. So in the Visual Studio Code, by typing AWS configure, we uploaded the access key and security key. Once we uploaded the access key and security key, AWS is active and there is a connection set up between the local and AWS. AWS is the provider now, like GCP, Azure, and Oracle, and IBM, like that. So,
But you have to be in the right folder in your terminal to be able to make that connection, right? Because I
yeah,
saw it's like in VM, right? The environment variable had
see
the
that.
path to
Yeah,
that.
VM is just a project name actually. You can give any project name. In real time, there will be a multiple projects. Single associate will be handling multiple projects. Like you will be handling multiple project, Deepthi will be handling multiple project. So just for our should not lead to confusion, what you're going to do, we give one name for the project. Now Tawfiq has given VM as a project name. So after that we went to the Visual VS Code and created a folder called VM. VM is a project name. From there we created a required file, Terraform TF files, means Terraform files like main.tf, resource.tf, provider.tf. Provider will be the AWS. So as per my knowledge, in real time, or in all the companies, they will not create EC2 instance manually. None of the work will happen in manually. Everything will be in automation only.
So this one, but when you set the environment variable, we copied in the beginning, remember? In the environment variable, we put the path of, what
Correct.
was the path? Was that the path to
That is the path, the file which is saved actually. We downloaded the path, right? The file where the file is downloaded, right?
that's the
Download.
Terraform file downloaded, or the
Yeah.
AWS path?
Terraform, AWS CLM. Terraform application which we downloaded it.
And we put that path in the environment variable.
Correct.
Okay. We didn't need to do that for AWS CLI.
No. Just run it, okay?
Run it.
So, sir, I have a question here. CLI will be used by the user only.
Yes, the one who managing AWS, that person should install the AWS CLI in the local machine.
CLI, and he will gonna use the same access key and ID.
Yes, that's as per the requirement. For example, if some person now we have attached the policy administrator, so we can do anything in AWS account. For some specific reason, coming to organizational perspective, we need to assign corresponding policy only. Okay, so we didn't provide the admin privilege to anyone. So that person is developer or any other one. So we need to provide corresponding policy.
Okay. And I have a second question related to the resource where which you have created in the the visual. So you showed like the all you have taken all the IDs which for like a security group and all those stuff. Yeah, that one. So which is already created in the console. But what if we need to create from the scratch? How are we gonna do that? Because that time we won't be having IDs in that
Yes,
case.
that's right question. Tomorrow I will show you, okay, from scratch, how to create everything.
Okay, and is this the same question which Mahesh asked, or did he
Uh,
ask something else?
I don't think so. He's right, Mahesh.
I don't know. I didn't hear his question actually.
I forgot the question actually. Mahesh, can you come again? Are you
Mahesh,
there?
Mahesh, you're on
Unmute.
mute.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So tomorrow we'll see this right
So
from the scratch, how to
maybe
create the
he
new
Yes,
heard
ones.
that
yes,
he's on
yes,
mute.
yes, yes.
Okay,
Maybe he
okay,
might
sir.
unmute and tell us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then anyone have any doubts?
That this happened to me one time in the cybersecurity school assignment. There was a virtual machine inside a virtual machine, and after a little while I got confused which window I'm typing commands into. So I remember that.
Yeah,
So that's why.
actually, in my company, RDP 5 machine actually. My own machine, then there is a cloud machine. Then we need to take another machine remotely. Then inside that machine, we take another machine, like 5 machines. Yeah.
It's just a mental discipline to track everything, right?
Yes, because those machines are in different network actually. So we
Yeah.
can't take that fifth mission from the first mission. That's the problem. You got it.
Yeah, because they're all, one is accessing another, right? So,
Right.
but why do you have 5 different machines? They're all on different networks with different
Different
things.
network, different network. For example, this is my local mission. Okay. This is a local mission. Then we need to take one first jump server. So I take one jump server. This is my second mission. This is the first mission. So from jump server, we need to take another mission R2 through RDP. This is a third mission. Then from that mission, okay, the third mission, some other missions are those missions are in the same network. Okay, we can't take from the second mission to the fourth mission. So we need to take our RDP connection from third to fourth. So again, we need to create log into another fourth machine like this. It's confused when coming to corporate environment. If they have a lot of servers with a different region, like, got it.
Yes. I don't know. Maybe Mahesh stepped away from his desk or something. Maybe we'll
Mm-hmm.
ask him tomorrow what his question was. He
Yeah.
was explaining how the Terraform was downloaded and AWS CLI was downloaded, and then you use the AWS CLI configure command, And that's
Right.
when he remembered what his question was.
Yes. Actually, this is the way we managing organizational stuffs actually. Okay. When we are in a DevOps engineer in any form, then we need to perform same activities in Visual Studio Code actually, most probably. Around 90% of DevOps engineer using Visual Studio Code to automate these type of infrastructure or working with the cloud provider like that. So in this case, the last thing we need to destroy this. Okay. So Terraform destroy. So this command will destroy the infrastructure it created. Okay. So hit enter. See, we can go to the console. Okay. So as of now, the machine is running fine. See, its state is running. Everything looks good. So now I'm going to destroy. Okay. Before destroy, it will ask me for the approve. Yes. So now it's starting destroy. Okay. So just a reload. We can see it's going to shutting down. Yeah. See, shutting down. Not terminated actually, but after some time it will terminate.
So what about for the other states? Like, we have a few like there is a drop down for the states, right? Like shut down and terminate and stop or running, like, these are the actions. But we have only one command to destroy, and that means we are shutting it down completely, like terminating. So we don't use the other options in this case,
Yeah,
like in
that we
case of
can mention
Terraforms.
that we can mention like using some Terraform modules actually. So we
Okay.
need, for example, we have in our environment we have 10 resources there. Okay, so we need to only destroy 5 right? The rest of them will be there. So that's a scenario, right? You're talking about.
So we have a different states, right, for the instances. Like if you go to the drop down, you will see 4, 5 states there
Hmm.
mentioned. So, but destroy is a command which will terminate, right? So I'm just
Yes.
asking if we have more commands for the other states to achieve the other states, because in real time practice, maybe sometimes we need to stop it or, terminate one time, maybe running and, this and that, like 3, 4. So, is there any other commands as well?
We can add the arguments commands within the same, for example, Terraform destroy, then we can specify what are the resources that we need to destroy, okay? Or else we need to stop, or like that we can specify in the Terraform command.
Okay.
And it's important that you're in the right folder path when you hit Terraform destroy, because it's gonna destroy the
Yes,
infrastructure that is inside that project file.
right.
If you are in the wrong path, like in your prompt, if you're not in desktop VM and somewhere else, then it will destroy that Terraform infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with your credit card, because AWS will charge you, right? So that's why you got to be careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess you can always look on your console and see which machines are running, and then you can manually delete them if there's like stuff that you're not aware of, right?
So we can wind up today's section, right? And tomorrow
Sure.
we can go with the entire thing from scratch, okay? So that will showcase how to do the resources or the security group, what are the things, all it will create from scratch, okay? We didn't mention anything from the existing one. So tomorrow, creating everything from scratch, from the VPC to the virtual machine, okay?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you for the class. Have a good
Thank you.
night, everybody. Good morning, Tawfiq sir.
Bye bye. Bye all.
Thank you. Bye.